Good morning, it's Brendan at the bakery. We've got something new going on in here. This is a first. So what's in the oven today? Marijuana. Did you see that coming? All right, so I am no expert on cooking with marijuana. I hope maybe one or two of you are. But anyway, this is where we're at. It is October 15th. We're going for legalization in a couple of days. I'm not about to start selling anything out the store. This is a research and development project. And of course, it is completely reasonable for me as a bakery to be trying to research how to bake with marijuana because, well, I mean, duh. Anyway, so I've never baked anything with weed before. And I've just learned, well, I started reading Aunt Sandy's medical marijuana cookbook from our friends at Organigram. That's a dispensary in BC, I believe. And apparently, what you need to do first is decarboxylate, which happens in most cases when you add the flame. But since we're not going to be adding flame here, you put it in the oven. So, I mean, you want to know how to decarboxylate weed or what the chemistry is there, just go ahead and Google it. That's what I did. But basically, it's just a chemical reaction which occurs with the addition of heat. It could be with the addition of a flame for a microsecond, or it could be with the addition of oven heat for 20 minutes. Anyway, that's what I did. So I put it inside this pouch because my ovens are convection, and so of course they've got wind blowing around in them, and I didn't want that blowing stuff around. So there we go. Okay, so according to Aunt Sandy's, okay, so that's the decarboxylation, and that step is just supposed to activate the THC. If you don't know what that means, well, you're a little behind the times. Anyway, so presumably this now has the THC activated. And then what do? Do you just like take a handful of weed and throw it into your chocolate chip cookies, or like, you know, add it to your muffins? No, because it's bitter and it's gritty and stuff. So, anyway, what I'm planning to do is I want to have a marijuana bake here on Monday. As you know, we're closed on Mondays. On Monday, October 29th, closed party. Just myself and a couple other people who are going to invite themselves by sending us messages on Facebook and saying, yeah, I want to join that. More details later. Now, this would be straightforward if I could just, you know, like I said, take the weed and dump it into a chocolate chip cookie and see what happens. But no, you need to get around the unpleasantness of the flavor of this bitter weed by extracting it. And you can make a few different types of extractions. Not to sound like an expert here because I've just started to look into this, thanks Aunt Sandy, but you can make tinctures where you extract it into alcohol by soaking it in like Everclear for 4 weeks. You can extract it into an oil, apparently by like simmering with the oil for like half an hour, or you can make something called canna butter, which is a water plus butter extraction. That's what I'm going to do. Why? I don't know. Just I have no reason to have any preference whatsoever. Now, according to Aunt Sandy's canna butter formula, you take like anywhere from an ounce to 4 ounces of marijuana. I don't know if this book was written like 30 years ago or something, but that sounds to me like a lot of, like, really an ounce to, who has that? So anyway, this is just a few grams. And the reason I'm doing this now, although I want to actually have a bake in 2 weeks, is because I want to actually make this extract. So if you would like to join this bake in a couple of weeks, then, get yours going too, and then you can come in here and we'll bake together. Okay, so here we go. A few grams of weed. Which one is it? This is the Acadia. There's actually no CBD in this. That's right. 0.43% THC and 0% CBD. Again, it's what we have on hand in our research department. 1 pound of butter and 2 quarts of water. Boy, it seems like a lot of water.
It does.
Yeah, okay, let's slow down on that. Okay, we've made our first executive decision. So I'm going to put this on some low heat for hours. I don't know. Anyway, you're supposed to end up, I guess, with virtually no water. And then we'll use some cheesecloth to strain out the plant material, because the stuff that we want, which is THC, will then have been extracted out into the butter. All right. brand new territory here. And okay, so the details, where I'm going with this is I have no plans, just to be clear, to sell anything containing marijuana at the store. So don't get excited about that. We're a long way from that. However, it's completely reasonable of me to start, you know, researching this, because this is where the country is going. And, you know, around here, like, who else is going to do this? Well, probably somebody's going to do this, but I'm one of those somebodies, right? Okay, so, and because I'm really quite ignorant of how this goes, although I do have a fair bit of baking experience, obviously, what I'm hoping is that out there we've got some real medical users or even recreational users, but people who know how to bake with this. So what I want to do is, if you want to come in and teach me something, maybe learn something as I fumble around, or join a crew of like-minded other individuals, then basically on Monday, October 29th, so I don't know, we get together here at like 9 o'clock after we get the kids to school, and bake, right? I'm not going to supply anything to anyone. You have to bring your own. We're not going to take anything. So there will be no exchange, no sale, no use. We're just going to share what we can teach one another about baking. Okay, that's it. Also, there's no drop-in. So if you want to do this, you have to private message me on Facebook. You will be ID'd that day, of course, right? I have to make sure everybody here, who gets in. Well, duh, of course, you're going to get ID'd. And that's basically it. So if you'd like to do that, send us a message on Facebook. Maybe a little link to a recipe that you'd like to try, right? So we kind of know what you're doing. Please forget brownies, right? Brownies make a heck of a mess, and they're just no fun to bake with. They really aren't. It's so easy to overbake them, so easy to underbake them. They're a heck to clean up after. So find something. I'm gonna try the Blue Sky lemon bars on page 44. At least that's my plan now. Yeah. Pretty simple, just mix some stuff together. Okay, I have everything we need, probably, right? I assume that I've got flour and baking soda and baking powder and salt and sugar. Okay, you don't need to bring that. I've got walnuts and almonds. If you have any other nuts or seeds, you might want to grab that. But anyway, Nutters is just down here. We can probably get any other baking supplies that may be required. I don't really have small pans, so like those little 9x9 pans you make cakes with at home. If you need something like that, bring your own. Obviously, I've got mixers. We got everything here, right? So let's do this. October 29th. If you want to get in on this, I think maybe we'll, like me plus 8 people, probably, something like that. And here we go. So I'm going to put this onto a simmer now for several hours. Hopefully it doesn't just turn into anything gross, and we can actually use it. And we're gonna bake with weed. Thanks.